Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Uh,
All right. So again,
mhm.
my name is Arlene, and what is your name?
My name is Koki.
Koki. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
So,
too.
how is it going today, Koki?
Today I was a little bit busy, because
Uh-huh.
last week uh, it was determined to have it was determined that I will have to go to the business trip,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 2 months later from now. Yeah,
All
so
right.
yeah, I need a lot of procedures to go go to the business trip. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
I have to finish all of the procedure in this month. So yeah, I have a lot of things to do.
Okay. Exhausted.
Yeah, exhausted.
Exhausted month. All
Yeah,
right. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So now, Koki, thank you for sharing. And are you ready to our lesson?
yeah, you
So
said.
let's get started. So today's lesson is Daily News Business Economy, and the title is Taiwanese Tech Startups Lead the Way in Japan's Expanding Market. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So let's have words and phrases. And may I ask before I play the audio, which pronunciation would you like to listen? US or UK?
The US please.
US. So let's start with the first word. I will play it now.
nurture,
Nurture.
Okay, very good. Now please repeat after me the sample sentence. She worked hard to nurture her business idea into a successful company.
She worked hard to nurture her business idea into a successful company.
All right, so let's move on to second word.
entrepreneurial,
Entrepreneur, entrepreneur,
Entrepreneurial.
entrepreneurial.
Yes, okay. She has an entrepreneurial spirit and started her own company.
She has an entrepreneurial spirit and started her own company.
Okay, very good. Let's move on to the next word.
proactive,
Proactive.
Okay, great. Being proactive in problem solving can prevent future issues.
Being proactive in problem solving can prevent future issues.
Okay, let's move on to the next word.
excel,
Excel.
Okay, great. So please repeat, he excelled in mathematics throughout his school years.
He excelled in mathematics throughout his school years.
Okay, let's move on to the last word.
foster,
Foster.
Okay, very good. The organization aims to foster innovation through collaborative projects.
And the organization aims to foster innovation through collaborative project.
Okay, great. So now, may I ask you, do you want to make a sentence?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's start with the first word. So please make a sentence using the word nurture.
Nurture. Uh, to nurture uh, young worker in the company is very important.
Okay, very good. It's very important. Okay, great. So how about the next one? Entrepreneurial.
Mm. In Japan, there are few people who has entrepreneurial mind.
All right. Okay, it's true, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
that's true.
uh-huh. Exactly. Because I have a lot of students. They don't want to involve in
Hmm.
business, right?
Yeah, so I would say we are conservative, you
Uh-huh.
know,
Yeah.
not challengers.
Uh-huh. Not afraid. Not
Yeah.
afraid to have a challenges. However,
Uh,
conservative like that.
yeah,
Uh-huh. So let's have the next word. Proactive.
proactive. Mm, Proactive support is my company emphasizes the proactive support for customers.
For customers. Okay, great. And next, Excel.
Excel, Excel, Excel. I excel in. I excel in taking care of dog. My dog.
Okay, wow. Okay, so let's have next poster.
Poster. The AI technologies foster the production, foster the advancement of the product.
Poster the advancement of the product. Okay, or of the product. Okay, great. So, growth of ideas, that is the meaning of poster. Okay, great. So, do you have any questions, Koki?
I have one question.
What is
Yeah,
that?
we have both of the words nurture and foster. So I thought these words are similar each other.
Like a nurture and
Foster.
foster. Exactly.
Mm,
Very good. Poster is like a bring up, as you mentioned.
mm,
Bring up.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
all.
that's all.
Okay. So now let's move on to comprehension, and I will read the question twice. Okay. So first question is, where did Taiwanese startups expand after Appier's listing on the Tokyo Stock Exchange? Again, where did Taiwanese startups expand after Appier's listing on the Tokyo Stock Exchange? Second question, what is the target number of unicorns Japan aims to nurture in its 5-year plan? Again, what is the target number of unicorns Japan aims to nurture in its 5-year plan? And the last question, what did Cancer Free achieve in the pitch competition at Sushi Tech Tokyo? Again, what did Cancer Free achieve in the pitch competition at Sushi Tech Tokyo? Okay, so now let's listen to the article. I will play it now.
Taiwanese tech startups lead the way in Japan's expanding market. Taiwanese startups have been expanding into Japan, especially after Appier, a marketing tech firm, was listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange 2 years ago. As Taiwan grows in Japan, the Japanese government is investing heavily in its startup ecosystem led by Prime Minister Kishida Fumio. Japan's 5-year plan, managed by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry METI, aims to create 100,000 new startups and nurture 100 unicorns, companies valued at over $1 billion. This plan includes boosting funding, enhancing entrepreneurial education, and building global startup campuses. The focus sectors are deep tech and biotechnology. At the May Startup Exhibition, Sushi Tech Tokyo, Taiwan's startup ecosystem was highly proactive. Taiwan, with over 40 startups, had the largest pavilion. Tokyo Governor Koikiriko and Taiwan's envoy Frank Shea visited to show support. Healthcare startup Cancer Free excelled in the pitch competition, winning a top 7 spot among 507 startups from 43 countries. Looking ahead, Taiwan's startup island Taiwan continues fostering collaboration with Japan. Visits to startup hubs in Kyoto and Okinawa will further enhance ties. The Japan-Taiwan Startup Summit in September promises to strengthen partnerships, positioning Japan as a key market for Taiwan startups.
Okay, so are you ready to answer the questions?
Can I listen to again?
Sure. Okay, so I will play it again.
Taiwanese tech startups lead the way in Japan's expanding market. Taiwanese startups have been expanding into Japan, especially after Appier, a marketing tech firm, was listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange 2 years ago. As Taiwan grows in Japan, the Japanese government is investing heavily in its startup ecosystem led by Prime Minister Kishida Fumio. Japan's 5-year plan, managed by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry METI, aims to create 100,000 new startups and nurture 100 unicorns, companies valued at over $1 billion. This plan includes boosting funding, enhancing entrepreneurial education, and building global startup campuses. The focus sectors are deep tech and biotechnology. At the May Startup Exhibition, Sushi Tech Tokyo, Taiwan's startup ecosystem was highly proactive. Taiwan, with over 40 startups, had the largest pavilion. Tokyo Governor Koikiriko and Taiwan's envoy Frank Shea visited to show support. Healthcare startup Cancer Free excelled in the pitch competition, winning a top 7 spot among 507 startups from 43 countries. Looking ahead, Taiwan's startup island Taiwan continues fostering collaboration with Japan. Visits to startup hubs in Kyoto and Okinawa will further enhance ties. The Japan-Taiwan Startup Summit in September promises to strengthen partnerships, positioning Japan as a key market for Taiwan startups.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's move on to answer the questions. So first question again, where did Taiwanese startups expand after appears listing on the Tokyo Stock Exchange?
It expanded into Japan.
Yes, okay, very good. And second question, what is the target number of unicorns Japan aims to nurture in its 5-year plan?
The target is 100 unicorns.
Yes, 100 unicorns. And the last question, what did Cancer Free achieve in the pitch competition of Atsushi Tech Tokyo?
It won a top 7 top among 507 startups from 43 countries.
Okay, very good, Koki. So let's move on to the next activity. Please read out the article.
Okay. Taiwanese tech startup lead the way in Japan's expanding market. Taiwanese startups have been expanding into Japan, especially after Appear, a marketing tech firm, was listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange 2 years ago. As Taiwan grows in Japan, the Japanese government is investing heavily in its startup ecosystem, led by Prime Minister Kishida Fumio. Japan's 5-year plan, managed by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry (METI), aims to create 100,000 new startups and nurture 100 unicorns, companies valued at over $1 billion. This plan includes boosting funding, enhancing entrepreneurial education, and building global startup campuses. The focus sectors are deep tech and biotechnology. At the May startup exhibition, Sushi Tech Tokyo, Taiwan's startup ecosystem was highly proactive. Taiwan, with over 40 startups, had the largest pavilion. Tokyo Governor Koike Yuriko and Taiwan's envoy Frank Shea
Yes.
visited to show support. Healthcare startup Cancer Free excelled in the pitch competition, winning a top 7 spot among 507 startups from 43 countries. Looking ahead, Taiwan Startup Island Taiwan continues fostering collaboration with Japan. Visits to startup hubs in Kyoto and Okinawa will further enhance ties. The Japan-Taiwan Startup Summit in September promises to strengthen partnership, po- po-
Positioning.
positioning Japan as a key market for Taiwan startups.
All right. Okay. So I will type this word. Let's practice. Please repeat after me. Positioning.
Positioning,
Okay. Again, positioning.
positioning.
Okay. Very good. So, Koki, let's move on to discussion. Okay.
Okay.
So, first question is, do you think government support is essential for startups to succeed? And please explain your answer.
Mm, I I don't think so. Yeah, I'd say it's more. I'd say the support from the investors is, yeah, much more important because they have
Mhm.
the startups. Startups make the money from zero, so they need uh, money to run the company
Uh-huh.
from scratch. So yeah, if there are no investors, they cannot leverage their abilities or hire people or create some products actively because
Mhm.
because assets are very limited.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, uh, as a conclusion, yeah.
Yes.
So the money from the investors are more important, I think.
Important.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Okay. Great. So let's have the sample answer of this. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it?
Yeah. I will check it later.
Okay, sure. So I will send you sample answer
Mm-hmm.
or yes and no samples. Okay. So now let's move on to second question. Would you prefer to A, start a company in your home country, or B, abroad? Please share your thoughts.
I'd prefer to, if I start a company, yeah, if I have a chance or uh, yeah, enough money or enough connection with people who are
Mhm.
talented, yeah. So I'd prefer to start a company in my country,
In your country.
yeah,
Mhm.
because it is easier to live and it is easier to access the information
Yeah.
or people
Mm-hmm.
or
Yes.
yeah, so something like that. Every aspects in every from every aspects, it's more easier than
Mm-hmm.
yeah, starting company at in other countries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
In it.
And
Uh-huh.
and
Continue.
yeah, and if I want to run a business abroad,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we I can expand the businesses to yeah into overseas
Aha.
like
Yes.
Taiwanese companies
Mm-hmm.
startups.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at first I will try to run in a Japanese market, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if it's well gonna be well, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm, I I may expand it into yeah other countries.
Mm-hmm. Of course, right?
Mm.
Because you must to be familiar, right, with your business, right?
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
we know that it's not easy to start a business, so that's why you must to be
Mm.
familiar with this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so let's have the sample answer of this. Okay. All right. So let's move
Mhm.
on to third question. Do you think startup competitions are effective in helping companies grow? We support your answer.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I totally agree with this because actually I'm working for a startup company as a side job.
All right.
So I know this is the fact to acquire the funds or the investors or money. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
if a startup won the pitch or the event, they attract a lot of medias or yeah something like that. So they gonna be famous in that market as a
Mm-hmm.
superior company
Mm-hmm.
uh, rather than yeah other competitors, and so yeah it attracts more interest from investors or venture capitals. Yeah, so yeah
Exactly.
they can run more effectively with their money.
Uh-huh. Yes, exactly.
Mm.
All right. Okay, and it's reliable, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have the sample answers for this. Okay.
Mhm.
Then let's move on to fourth question. Do you think innovation in startups will shape the future of global economies? Please share your thoughts.
Mm, yes, I do. Yeah, we are now in the world of AI technologies,
Mm-hmm.
So the the start of this era
Mhm.
which is AI companies are dominant.
It's true.
Yeah. So this movement is started by a startup from the US. It is OpenAI
Mhm.
that invented ChatGPT.
Mhm.
So, yeah, considering that situation, the products of startup is very catchy or very mm, yeah. So the product of startup company it is very superior rather than other products in the world. Yeah, it will
Mhm.
change. It will
Mhm. Mhm.
shape the world situation or world market, I think.
Mhm. And it's popular. The
Yeah,
popularity.
yeah, popularity.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
yeah, so startups uh, are not controlled or mm, not controlled by the stockholders.
In 1%, like that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And so
Uh-huh.
they can they can create the products more freely.
All right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
it may be the game changer.
Uh-huh. That's good, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So let's have the sample answers of this. Okay. So let's move on to next question. Do you think collaboration between Japan and Taiwan benefits both countries' economies?
Yes, I do. Yeah, so if the Japan, Taiwan, the collaboration between Japan and Taiwan will will be more strong. Uh, I think a lot of money comes to Japan from overseas investors, so it flourish Japan's economy as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and like I said, I think Japanese people doesn't have the entrepreneurial mind.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to take advantage of the people from overseas.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. You don't have to be entrepreneur, right? Because
yeah. Because we can
uh-huh,
bring the talent from Taiwan or
uh-huh,
the
uh-huh.
US or
Yes,
other countries.
exactly. I'm curious about this. Before, um, the Japanese government welcoming the investor? Because I know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the economy before was
Mm-hmm.
really great, right?
That's right.
But they welcoming also the investor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now let's have the sample answer of this. Okay, and then let's move on to the last question. Have you ever wanted to start your own business?
Yes, I have, but I don't. I couldn't find uh, which business I can do, or yeah, something like
Right.
that. Yeah,
Actually,
holding the business
uh-huh.
is makes a lot of money, I think. So
It's true.
yeah, I've ever wanted, but I
Uh-huh.
couldn't come up with yeah, what should I
Mm-hmm.
do?
And you must well known about the business, right?
Yes, I have to
Exactly.
study or market or
Uh-huh. It's true.
business or the
Mm,
technologies or yeah.
yes. All right. So I will send you sample